Good evening, everybody. Good evening. How are we all doing today? Guys, welcome to the stream. It's been a minute since we've been live. Apologies that I've not been live in quite a few days. I've just been super, well, busy for one. Number two, I've been unwell as well. I've not been feeling too great, so obviously that doesn't help either. But to be honest as well, more so than anything else, I've been kind of just taking a little bit of a breather from gacha games in general for the last week. To be honest, I've been playing Sparking Zero, I've been playing some TCG Simulator, I've been playing a couple of different other games as well. And so, I've just been, wait, what is this now? Oh, download. Let me do a bulk download then. You can tell that I've not been playing for a few days because I didn't even know that there was a data download. Niti, Panda, welcome to the stream, guys. Welcome. Sorry, like I said, I'm not in a great. I'm not really feeling that well. I'm still pretty down in the dumps when it comes to my health. No idea how it even happened and how it even cropped up, to be quite honest. But hey ho, it is what it is. That's just how the cookie crumbles. Yeah, well, we just got to do what we got to do. We got to keep grinding. We got to keep the hustle on. No, I don't need that right now. Don't need that at the moment. Let's just do the data download. No idea what it's for. I have no idea what they fixed or broke again in the game. Seasonal change probably is the case. It's getting colder and colder now, and it's been raining quite a bit as well. So obviously on the way to work, taking the bus, weather comes into play. It can be that most likely. It's probably a combination of both weather and also just, the seasonal change, as you said. But even a couple of other people at my workplace have also been pretty unwell. So it's probably just something that's going around, a bit of a bug, as well as just general weather change. But yes, Null Void 619, hello guys, welcome to the stream. But yeah, we're gonna continue on with the live discussions as we've been doing over the last couple of weeks. Obviously, this week is going to be a whole bunch of shenanigans, of course, with episode 3's details and reveals and all that sort of good stuff. But also, this is gonna be the first time I'm playing Danchro in about 3 days properly. That is, of course, properly. Of course, I've been making videos in here and there and stuff, right? With the release of Ryu and stuff, but like properly playing, I think it's probably since last Tuesday or Wednesday. So I haven't been grinding the ranking event at all. I haven't touched it. I mean, the fact that I've not done the data download says a lot, right? I haven't done anything. So I've been really just, like I said, I've been off of gacha games for the last few days. Genshin, I've not logged in. Star Rail, I've not really logged in. I've been trying to do a bit of a detox, in all honesty, for the last week, just trying to, relax a little bit. It's not like I'm missing out on a lot, right? At the end of the day, if I'm taking a couple of days off, it's not like I'm going to be crying over it or anything of that sort. And in fact, to be honest, right, it's been nice, honestly. It has been really relaxing and chilling to be able to just enjoy a little bit of time off from these games and stuff, right? But yeah, it's been good in that sense. So there was a maintenance apparently that I don't remember anything about. Also, this is actually cool. I like this that Danchro does. This is actually a lot better than what Genshin and HSR do, or Hoyo games do. Even if you miss if you miss the days that you didn't log in for the packs and stuff, you still get the rewards, which I think is super cool. In HSR and Genshin, if you miss a couple of days, you don't get the monthly or daily rewards that you get. Here, at least you get the 100 Sailors, which, hey, listen, W from Danchro's end, I think that's a W in my opinion, because otherwise I'd be missing out on shit like that, to be honest. All right, we got a ticket as well. I forgot about this as well, so we may as well get it done and dusted and see what we can cook up here. Yo, K1, what's up, man? We have 35 degrees. It's supposed to be winter, but that's India. India is a tropical country. I think any tropical country like that, or any country that's in the on the equator line or and stuff, you're probably not gonna see that much of a winter, to be fair. Even Texas right now, Texas is supposed to, I'm watching the Formula 1, right? And the Texas weather is like 30 degrees, 28, 30 degrees, Celsius. This is, of course, Fahrenheit. It's 100, so it's 80 to 85 degrees there. So it's like any country that's along that line of the equator, central countries, right? Centrally located countries, you could say, it is going to be quite hot in those countries. So it's not really too surprising there. Let's see what I get from the gacha draw ticket. Let's see. Hopefully, Chloe, finally. It is a character. It is a character. Let's see who it is. I mean, I wouldn't mind a Mikoto, to be honest. I really want to get Mikoto higher up in the Awakening because of her buff and stuff. Fahrenheit is superior. No. I don't know about that one, Chief. Your freedom units ain't getting nowhere. It ain't going nowhere. Let's see who we get, please. What the fuck is a kilometer? Ah, fuck off, man. Fucking useless cunt. Useless ass cunt, man. What a shitty pull. What a shitty pull, man. Out of everybody, him. Really, game? Okay, I see what the game wants me to do here. I see how the game wants me to play this game, huh? I really see it. I see it. I see it with my own two eyes. I see it with my own two eyes. There's more numbers, so it's more accurate. The fuck you mean by that? Yeah, sure, buddy, sure. There's more numbers, so it's more accurate. Uh-huh. Sure, buddy. Been making his appearance for episode 3 discussion. Yeah, he wasn't even in the episode. Well, technically, his goddess was. Technically, well, I say goddess, not really goddess. His patron, I suppose. Would you call Fiona a patron of the Palams? I suppose you could. Yeah, I would say that is a patron. But I really like that they showed off Fiona in the heroes bridge. Honestly, I wasn't expecting that. Honestly, I really was not expecting them to show Fiona like that. I was like, I mean, Danmimo fans will know what that is. Everybody else, fuck knows. Everybody was like, who the fuck is that? The fact that they zoomed in on Fiona as well makes me really like that. Like, it's a small touch, and I'm glad that they included it, because for Danmimo fans, it's such an iconic thing. Like, you know, seeing Fiona on the Heroes Bridge is really cool. It is really, really cool. Am I the only one who doesn't really like Belle's outfit? You mean the one he wears in season 5? No, I don't think anybody does. But that's the whole point. It's kind of supposed to be like a thing of where, you know, Belle's not really like meant to wear it. Like, even people who I'm really close friends with who watch Danmachi, they were like, I'm so glad that Belle's hair is back to his normal hairstyle, because his hair, his clothes, it just doesn't really work there. I mean, they also showed Argonaut technically, or my copium. No, if you're thinking about Albert, that's not Argonaut. That's completely somebody else. Unless you're thinking they showed Argonaut in the Heroes Bridge, to which I'd say I didn't notice Argonaut necessarily. Also, hi Kool-Aid. Welcome to the stream, mate. Welcome. I didn't notice Argonaut personally. At least not that I can tell. I didn't notice Argonaut. I still have to do this shit, man. Fuck me. Yeah, I've been very lazy. You can tell I've been like not playing the game considering this as well. No, the other male statue, I think it was Argonaut. No, that was somebody else. That was not Argonaut. No, I know who you're thinking of. That was not Argonaut. It was, I think, one of the wolf statue. It was one of like the wolf heroes, if I'm not mistaken. It's completely somebody else. It's not who you think it is. But yeah. It's not it's not Argonaut. Bro, if they had Argonaut there, it would have been quite funny to see everybody's reaction. Be like, hang on a second, why these two look so similar to one another? Why they look too similar to one another? Let me see again. Yeah, I mean, you can see it again, and put it in, if you're in the I mean, you are in the Discord. I know you're in the Discord. Put it in the spoiler section of the anime section, so I can see. Yeah, this game definitely needs more content. For me, I didn't look like the new season until this moment. It's only 3 episodes in. Give it some time, guys. Give it some time. I mean, at the end of the day, everybody has different preferences when it comes to Danmachi, when it comes to, of course, people like the dungeon content, people like this content, people like that content. It's gonna be a bit different takes. You know, it's give it some time and see how people, you know, how you fare. Let's do some of this. Actually, I should probably do the ranking event. Let's go and do the ranking event. I think the game needs better content, not content. It doesn't need more content. It needs better content iterations than what it already has. That's the problem. I mean, I'm making a video about it soon. I'm gonna be making up a follow-up video to what I'd made a few weeks ago. But yeah. I'm sure we'll get better content, more content. I don't want more content. I just need better content. I don't care about more content. I think because the thing is, if you think about the amount of game modes this game has, right? You've got Abyssal, Uncharted, you've got raids, you've got MSS, you've got Battle Arena, you have the events, right? The general events, 6. That's 6 content pieces effectively in this game, which is arguably a lot more than some other games even have, to be fair, right? A lot of games are very one-dimensional in what they provide. The problem is, when it comes to this game, none of the content is exceptional by any means of the imagination, right? MSS, the less said about that, the better. Battle Arena, very one-dimensional, very much straightforward, very simple. Abyssal Exploration, I think, has probably been the best introduction they've had, but it's been marred by the whole bug situation, and probably a little bit too difficult if you don't have the on-type and low-cost characters. It can be quite annoying to deal with. And then, of course, you obviously have Uncharted and Raids, which are good, but they've kind of become very samey, and they've not been updated. Uncharted has needed to have an update like ages ago, and Raids, cool, but they have to be alternating between the bosses every so often. It's kind of annoying that they're stuck with like one boss for so long, for like 5-6 seasons, and those 6 seasons last across 6 months basically, because a raid appears every half a month, which is also another thing I would say. I think what they need to do is put I know it's a whole rewards thing. I don't mind if they reduce the rewards technically, and hear me out on this. If they reduce the rewards but make it every half a month, both Uncharted and raids. So like first 2 weeks you have one iteration of Uncharted and raids, and then the second half of the month you have the other iteration of Uncharted and raids. That way you have 4 events going across a month. You have people being able to do more things as well, and I think it would be a lot better in that sense. So you basically cut down half the rewards. So 1500 Selas for both raids and Uncharted in part 1, or season 1 part 1, and then season 1 part 2, which is the second half of the month, can be the other 1500 Selas. I think that way at least people will have things to do. You're going to be able to alternate between bosses a little bit more. You're going to be able to introduce more you're going to be able to introduce or introduce new items, or bring back old items, you know, bring back Goliath so that people can get Goliath robe and stuff like that. I think things like that would be much better, to be honest. Hello Gabik, welcome to the stream, mate. And everybody else coming in, welcome. Also, if you guys are enjoying the stream, remember to leave a like, all that sort of good stuff would be appreciated, of course, right? It's annoying the current fire meta cannot auto Abyssal. I mean, it's because there's no good fire units at the moment, in my opinion. Well, no great fire units is what I should say. There are good fire units. Eyes, Mikoto, Anya, they're solid, but they're not like up to scratch to like, you know, the likes of Earth Bell or Wind Bell or any of these Artemises and stuff like that. So yeah, it's kind of a tricky one in that sense. I mean, we'll see what Anya can provide when she releases in a few weeks' time, or whenever she's planning on being released. But yeah, we need a Fall Guys game mode. God damn it. I wouldn't mind a mini game or so different, something different as well, every so often as well. I don't know about necessarily a Fall Guys game mode, but something like that would be cool, kind of, you know, in a sense of something a little bit different as well. But for me, I think what they need to do is just refine the current game modes more so than anything else. I think it needs to be. I think Ryu is really good, and at higher awakenings, she could easily become a very good DPS option as well. I think that would be really good. But if you don't plan on getting her at higher awakenings, she's a solid support, is the best way to put it. And especially A1, you'll get her at you'll be getting a very good support unit, and that's about it. Like a very much an equivalent of like a Water Lafia of sorts, basically, is the best way to put it. If I want to be in some way, shape, or form. Fire damage, movement speed increase, damage increase is very solid. Permanent magic increase by 50% is also very good. Yeah, you're getting a very solid support unit at A1, but that's about it. Sorry about that. Am I planning on doing a test of strength video? I mean, I could do a test of strength video. I've already beaten it. I just used the wind units, to be honest. I used the anniversary units. The anniversary units pretty much clutched up for me there. I just used this team? Yeah, this team. I just used this team basically to try and do it. I'll probably try and see if I can do it with a fire team, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. or somewhat of a pseudo fire team. We'll see how it goes. The anniversary team can absolutely trash it. Honestly, it's a super easy one. I've only tried using fire. Yeah, everybody forgets that you don't really need to only use fire for this one. You can literally just do you can use any team. Any team works on this one, so it's kind of fine on that sense. Let me go and do the individual point ranking because I'm not participating. I've not participated at all, so we may as well see what we can fare. We can see that people are heavy grinding already. I haven't bothered trying it out, so let's go and do it right now. So let's see what we can cook up here. I think we've got all the bonuses. How much percent? I mean, okay, buddy. Sure, I guess. I see why. Damn, the battle pass and the paid scene card give 150%. That's ridiculous, man. That is crazy, bro. That is crazy. How much does the units give? Do the units give any bonuses? Ryu gives a bonus. Mikoto, this Ahmed gives a bonus. I might take Ahmed in then. Maybe Ahmed and Ryu. Okay, those are the ones I have. So, let me go and get Ahmed in. I guess. Is she the only bonus I have? Let me just double check. That's crazy. That is crazy though. That is crazy. Yeah, I think we'll have to just rock with this for now. But yeah, I was just gonna get Ryu and try it again, but because it is built for, yeah, I mean that's what it is. I'm quite curious to see exactly what Anya is gonna be like, because some people are suggesting she could be water potentially. I did watch Daima. I didn't watch the second episode entirely yet. I was catching a little bit of it, but I was super unwell, so I decided to just go to sleep, honestly. I'll probably watch it after stream, to be honest, and before the next part of the Grand Prix begins. But yeah, no, as I was saying, I'm quite curious to see exactly what they're gonna do with Anya, because is Anya gonna be a water unit or not? I don't know. Also, damn. This ranking event is not as autoable, I don't think, as the previous one. Way too many anime to watch this season? Yeah, I've kind of just bunned off Blue Lock, to be honest, and I've bunned off a couple of other shows as well. I'm just gonna stick with the ones I'm watching, like Daima, Danmachi, ReZero, stuff like that, honestly. Alright, beautiful. Makes Wind Anya. Imagine we get another Wind Anya. No. I don't think so. I think there's a good chance it could be water because of all the water buffs and everything. There is a fairly okay chance on that front. I don't know how likely it is, but yeah. I don't know how likely it is, but that's also very possible. But yeah, if anybody wants to talk about season 5 as well, it's episode 3. It's what we're doing here. We're having a live discussion. Spoilers completely are open and free. You guys can go burr with it. If one second, I just want to just double check one thing. Okay, since I don't have any other bonuses, I'm just gonna equip this guy on. I was about to say, like, if I'm not getting a big bonus from it, then I may as well equip that and give her the Goliath robe, and then I should be able to auto it far more easily. I really need electric. I'll just be patient then. Electric will be sooner rather than later. We've gone 6 months nearly without it, if not more than 6 months actually now without electric, so I'm pretty sure we should be getting some new ones, unless they wanted to call the reruns for Eyes and Summer Eyes and all as technically an iteration, sure, but no, I don't think so. I won't auto it right now because I'll be a little bit faster without it at the moment, but I think with this change I'll be able to auto it fairly easily. But yeah, I'll just keep this on because it's not gonna take a lot of my time, to be honest, and I can chat with you all as well. Blue Lock has suppressed 7 at least since in record of Ragnarok in animation. It's a damn shame, man. Even Uzumaki I saw a little bit as well. You know, the Uzumaki anime, right? Apparently its production went through like development hell, and they still released it because they went from like one studio in episode 1 to another studio in episode 2 and 3, and I think they're going to another studio as well after that, which is ridiculous. It's crazy. But yeah. Okay, yes, the locks are off. Do you think the spirit is really entombed in there? I mean, the game has her in the current time. I mean, if the game is canonical, then technically, yes. Theoretically, it could be very much she is entombed in there. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what's gonna happen with the spirit and Undine in the game, and when is it actually taking place, of course, right? Because I assume based on, well, the knowledge we have, I'd guess it's probably post season 5 is my assumption. I'm gonna assume it's probably gonna be post season 5. We'll have to wait and see. It's ending on 4. Uzumaki, really? Jesus Christ, man. That anime was so anticipated by so many people, I feel like, and the fact that it's ending on episode 4 it's a damn shame, man. It's a very big shame. Yeah, we know Belle and Eyes are there. We know the rest of the Hestia Familia are there. We didn't see Ryu. We saw Seer. Seer is mentioned. We know Seer is coming in. We know Horn is going to be a part of it as well. It's going to be interesting. So we know that there are some members of the Freya Familia also being a part of the storyline as well. So we'll have to wait and see. But because I'd assume there have to be something there as well. Newest episode was bad. To be honest, they rushed it too much, and also the environment, like the crowds and streets and stuff, felt hastily made. Aside from that, I hope they improve everything in the next episode. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really pay too much attention to the audience side of things or the side characters necessarily. The ship ones, well, at least outside of the ship. The ship I felt was fine. If we're talking about like outside of the ship, I didn't really notice it at the start that it was really that bad. I did have some issues with the physics of the water in a way, but again, it's a minor thing of like them falling into the water, so I'm not really gonna pay too much attention, because after the water, the scene of them getting out of the water and everything was finely dealt. I don't know, I feel like overall it was fine. In terms of the contents of the episode, I do agree it felt like they kind of went through the paces a little bit this episode. But I don't mind them making the decision to pace it up a little bit in situations where you can kind of pace it up a little bit, you know? This episode, I feel like where it needed to slow down, like the Hero Bridges scene as well as the church scene, they slowed it down fine. But then they paced it up during the ship scene, I think, fairly well, heavily so, I feel like. And also in the start when they were escaping from the Freya Familia, that was paced up. And I think that's fine, pacing it up there, to be honest, as well. But yeah. The only thing funny to me was how Belle was tired running around. To be fair, he's trying to, well, two things. He's running away from a Freya Familia group of individuals. Number two, he's also carrying another girl with her as well, which isn't really helpful as well. I saw that CGI splash too. Yeah, I think that was the only real, like, glaring big issue for me, which was like, okay, you could have done a little bit better with the water physics there, but I'm gonna let that slide. I'm gonna let that slide because, again, I think because for me, the most important thing when it comes to the animation, right, at least in my personal opinion, of course, is when it's combat, of course, the combat's hand-to-hand scenes, the way it is fluid, that's the most important thing for me. But, like, when it comes to scenes, like, you know, just generally, like, you know, with the characters on screen running away and stuff like that, I think the most important thing is that they are able to show the facial expressions, the main characters' emotions, subtleties, which I think they've improved on considerably well. I mean, that's nothing new, really. I mean, we've known this since the first episode. I'm not really going to talk about that too much, to be honest. But yeah, I think the most important thing is that, to be honest. And I think they've done a big this way. Also, JC staff once again acting like Belle is a normal human with no fauna, having him breathing hard while running at normal human speed. I guess I didn't really look into that too much, to be honest, again, because I was like, I felt like, I mean, considering the conditions, you're running with a girl basically trying to run away from the Freya Familia. I don't know. No, it's gonna get covered in this season. I mean, the opening tells us it's gonna be covered in this season. I don't think that's unlikely to happen now. The only thing we'll have to wait and see is if we'll have longer episodes towards the end of the season, which is very possible. That is very likely to happen. But it just depends on, you know, the production team and also JC staff. Both of them combined. Well, actually, less so on production. JC staff more so on the production team, because they're the ones who have to actually get the authority and rights to, you know, air the show for an extra half an hour or whatever it is on television. Because the way animation production works is you go from the production committee makes deals for the licensing of certain slots during the day. as to when they can air the show. They get a certain amount of episodes. They get a certain amount of things. They also talk to Amori Sensei, see what he says as well, of course, in terms of what should be done, what should not be done. They talk to JC staff to see if they are agreeable with this, deadlines and stuff like that. And of course, if they're agreeable, they'll do their best, of course, right? But it all comes down to the production team, gets the episode counts, the time slots, and then JC staff has to then deal with that deadline and those schedules effectively. So it's one of those things where you have to be a little bit cautious on that front. But yeah. It was the same thing when Aina slapped him in S3. It was annoying that a slap from her would make him move his head. But I feel like that inconsistency is sometimes in the light novels as well, I feel like, though, nonetheless. No, I feel like that is still a thing in the light novels as well, which is kind of weird, but that's, again, an Amori inconsistency, I feel. And it's one of those things that... but I think also, as well, I feel like it's all people who ignore... It's ignorable, those things, I feel. At least to me, it's ignorable, I feel. I don't know, maybe I'm not too considering of those things, of those minor details of, like, a slap moving the head and all that sort of jazz. Unless Bell is adding dramatics to it, which possibly. No, I'm not talking about that specific scene. Okay, maybe they didn't want to add it as that, but like, you know, I'm talking about other sequences. I can't obviously pull it out of my head right now, but I'm pretty sure I feel like there's been situations like that. Like it always happens in this in these series. Is like, even if the character's like super OP, they still take a hit, even in the weirdest conditions, unnecessarily. I just think they suck at showing superhumans. I don't know about that. I mean, fair enough. If that's what you feel, that's what you feel. I mean, I personally don't think it's as considerably a problem as some people do believe that as well. Let's not go into volume 19 stuff, K1. No volume 19 stuff, remember? Let me see. 1 second if I missed anything. How about you think the inevitable? I mean, it's gonna be pretty bad. We know that for sure. We know it's gonna be pretty bad, but yeah. We'll have to wait and see, of course. We'll have to just wait and see. We'll have to just wait and see how badly Seer takes it and, well, what are the repercussions, of course. Oh, damn. My favorite moment in Vistori was the punch scene in episode 11, by the way. Punch multiple times, no damage. The blood was from the other person's fists. But I think also that, I don't know, you can tell me if that it was in the manga as well. Again, this is something I don't know. But I think, again, it also comes down to just having the ability to, well, it's already visualized, you know, and stuff. Whereas I think JC Staff tries to infer a lot of things from the light novels, and obviously it's a hit or miss depending on perception. For me, I perceived it as, okay, he got slapped, he was surprised by it, that means his head probably moved, just like any normal human being. Obviously, forgetting that technically, if you think about it, not necessarily a normal human being in a way, kind of thing, right? So yeah. But yeah. Like, if you tell anybody, like, oh, X person got slapped, yes, probably you'd consider, okay, he's a superhuman, so he shouldn't move his head, but this one is there. No, but that's not what I mean to say. No, what I mean to say is visually, like, when they did the manga, right, when he was punching whoever this was, right, I can't remember who it was, to be honest, who you're referring to with the punches. But the other person's fist got blooded, right, is what you said. Was that shown in the manga, that the other person's blood was on their fist? So technically that is a good adaptation, because they adapted that scene 1-for-1 in the anime, which is good. Again, I don't want to spoil. If it's the anime, we've been through it. Like, bro, it's 3 weeks old now. It's more than 4 or 5 weeks old. You can say it because even I don't remember this now. To be honest, I've watched the anime. I've forgotten it already. I'm not gonna lie. This always happens. I completely forgot like certain sequences. Like I remember the big sequences, but then I forget about minor details like that. The anime is gone now. Come on. It's 4 weeks old. Anything above 2 weeks is clear for me. Well, that's tough for them. It's tough for them. I want to know. But either way, whatever it is, my point being is, I don't care who it is. I don't want to... Actually, I don't even care who it is. My point is, if it was shown in the manga... If it was shown in the manga that... yeah, Scion punching... I mean, Scion punching Will is nothing new, brother. It could have been in any episode and people would have been like, oh, fair enough, you know. But if it was shown in the manga that Sion's fists were blooded... Again, it's easier. It's easier because the animators know, like, okay, that was the intention to do this. In this situation, oh, Bell got slapped. I'm gonna give the Bell getting slapped by anyone as an example because I think that's the best one to do. You slap somebody. It says, oh, Bell was surprised that he got slapped. What do you infer from that in the animation? Oh, he got surprised. His head moved. He was surprised. Simple as. Just like any normal human being. I think it's unfair, in my opinion. In that sense, you know, it's unfair for us to keep dogging on JC staff for making decisions that I think anybody would do. Even I would have probably, like, if I was the director and I saw that in my light novel, I probably would have said, yeah, move his head. He got slapped. He got slapped. Move his fucking head. I'm not gonna lie. If I was the director, I would have said the same thing. I'd have just said, move his damn head. Boy, move his head. Boy, if you don't animate him moving his head, I will make him move his head myself. And if the animation shit, I will make it happen still. Okay, that's bad karma for me, I guess, for saying that, to be honest. Me dying of coughing. No, I'm not been well for the last couple of days, so it's still affecting me badly. But yeah. I mean, it would have been cool, but I don't think it would have been necessary, in my opinion. I would have just done it for that added effect, in all honesty. It also could be natural reflexes as well. That, you know, instinctively you're gonna move your head as well, technically, after a slap or something. You know what I mean? It's just how it is. Like, oh, if his expression would have sold him more. Okay, that I agree with. I think that I agree with more so. I mean, but you could have had it as his expression being surprised and also moving his head would have doubled down on it. I think that's also a completely fine thing to do. It's one of those things, like I said, I think it just depends on person to person to person on how they look at it and perceive it, right? That's the same. That's what I would say as well. Also, Panda, you asked about volume 16 ending. It's probably going to be in the next episode. Next episode will be the final part of volume 16, is my assumption. Unless for some reason they drag the next episode out even more so, which I highly doubt. Frames today? What happened? Samir, welcome. Why are my frames so shit today? Or not today, well, just all of a sudden. It was fine a second ago. It was a bit bizarre. Yeah, it's a bit bizarre. I don't know why my frames are so weird right now. Either way, but yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see exactly how they do the next couple of episodes. And the thing is, we already know that volume 18 is gonna take up episodes 10 to 15 basically, because that is the Blu-ray 2. Blu-ray, that's gonna be in Blu-ray 2 is episodes 10 to 15. Whereas Blu-ray 1 is going to be episodes 1 to 9. So the assumption is 5 to 9 is volume 17, and then 10 to 15 is volume 18. So yeah. I mean, I think all of us would say, like, I think this could be said about any anime, to be honest. Any anime, we could say, like, oh, we could improve it this, and that way, you know? I think Danmachi obviously is one of the ones that I think we all could do improve in some way, shape, or form. For me, the biggest improvement for Danmachi would be coming from making more of its spin offs and stuff and giving it a little bit more episode count. I think that's all it realistically needs, to be honest. I think that is what it needs more so than anything else. I don't think it needs anything else, really. Like, yeah, the animation and certain decision making with expressions, animations and stuff like that could improve things, but for me, more so than anything else, from a production standpoint, if I was a production head, if I was dealing with the licensing of Danmachi as a whole, like, and the media franchise as a whole, for me, it's plainly obvious as to what couple of decisions I would need to make. And it boils down to take a little bit more time with the animation, take a little bit more time with the production and development, maybe an extra couple of months, potentially, a couple of more episodes as well, split core if possible, I think that works as well. And then, of course, work on doing the spin-offs, primarily, because that would help you also build time for the main series as well, and also build context for the main series as well. Would it be information overload, potentially, for a lot of people? Maybe, but yeah. What anime is it all about? Hello there. Hello, Nonasu. Nonanosu. I nearly mispronounced your name there. We're talking about Danmachi right now. We're just talking about generally how we would improve it. Some people were suggesting more animation front end point way and this way as well. I just feel sad seeing people watch the series and react like there's a dragon this far into the series. Yes and no. I'd agree with you on that one. But to be fair, and this is what I will say to that as well, right? We talk about the dragon, and I'm going to talk about it in the context of volumes 1 to 15 at this point in time. Realistically, we when we talk about the dragon, we only hear a mention of it in volume 6, volume 8, and 15. It's only three volumes realistically, right? And the only big mention we got it in the anime was volume 6 and 8. The one that was in volume 15 is at the moment missing. We still don't know if it's going to come in or not. I've already made a mention of it in my cut contents video, of course, right? Yeah. And that's the thing. We hear about it in primarily Sword or Rotoria, which, again, that comes down to that whole situation, unfortunately, of us not having Sword or Rotoria, you know? And I think that is the bigger problem, because Sword or Rotoria is, I guess, where we get the biggest mentions of it. And, of course, a stray record as well, by extension, right? By extension, we hear about it in Sword or Rotoria. And funnily enough, we say that as well, but we did get the mention of the dragon in this episode as well, technically, with Albert, right? So credit where it's due, they did at least mention the dragon this time around, right? The only one to, you know, actually push the dragon back in some way, shape, or form. Maybe not in the most obvious way, but still pushed it back, right? So, at least we heard about it in this episode, which I'm glad about at least. But, you know, it would have been nice, of course, seeing the link. And that is the bigger problem I have. I don't think it's the problem about, like, okay, what's the end goal? For people, it's either the lowest floor of the dungeon or the dragon. But I think a lot more people would say it would be the dragon if people knew about the link between Ice and the dragon, which we only know about one time. You know, we're only one time. We've only seen one time, and that was with Volume 8, of course, right? So, yeah. How is it being ranked 534? I mean, that's good. You want to hit top 500, so if you're close to top 500, that's good. Same thing with people not understanding with that gods are concepts given form and have no familial connections, no brothers, sisters, fathers, mothers, or children. Yes, I think that is also another issue. But that, again, comes down to, unfortunately, lack of episodes and lack of time, effectively, you know. They can't really do every single detail in the season, and you can tell, like, certain concepts are just, you know, not talked about because it's not as important. And I do think, like, don't get me wrong, I think that can be a very important concept, especially in this season, especially considering the context of Seer and Freya. You know, everybody is assuming that there is going to be a connection between the two, and there is potentially a connection between the two, maybe familially and stuff. But and it could happen still. Let's not make a mention of that. You never know. We know Amori is prone to breaking expectations, shall we say. So it's not impossible in that sense, but, like, yeah, it's one of those things where you know, things that were explained in the light novels, in the earlier light novels, should be explained better, in all honesty. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Maybe, you know, we don't know Mori. We've seen Amori being prone to breaking like his own concepts technically quite regularly. So I'm not really gonna sit here and say that gods don't have familial connections, considering you never know what may cook up. You know, you never know what my mans can cook up. All right, there we go, and then we'll do this. There we go. I wanna. Do we know what top 500 is? Considering I'm getting like 600 points per run, if I get, I'm gonna need to farm this a lot then. Do I want to? do I even want to get top 500? Probably not, considering I'm just starting today. I'll just try and get top 1000. 10,000 players, considering all things said and done. And considering it's one of the more ass events, fair enough. Your poppers have more worth, but I have too many poppers. I have so many poppers and I have no place to use them. Have you thought about that, Mikitsu? Have you thought about that? You can get a first place if your cards match. I mean, I think I would need like all my cards maxed out and stuff for that one. How many points do you get at max? Do we know? I mean, to be honest, if I even get the Battle Pass scene card maxed out, I'd probably get like a lot there. I'm not interested in getting top rank, brother. I'm good. I just want my top 500 and I would leave, to be honest. But I don't even know if I'd get top 500. But yeah, no, yeah. I have a hunch Omori's preparing a Lafia review connection after reading SO. Hey, thank you so much to the 9 months, Null Void. Appreciate it. Give your eyes potato poppers to eyes. Thank you. Thank you, man.
Null Void became a member. Null Void celebrates 9 months of membership. Give your potato poppers to Ash.
To Ash. To Ash. Ash Ketchum. Ash Ketchum Pokemon collab. Damn. Also, the Lafia review connection. One second. I need to read this in its entirety. 1 second. She, after reading SO13, since she didn't see the event and she's still trying to clear her feelings towards I. And also, I can't see Ree with Bell. Very interesting concept. I mean, of course, we'll not spoil anything about SO13, but that's, Damn. I don't know how to feel about that one. I mean, it would be very interesting. I mean, hey, listen, that's a ship I've never thought about necessarily, but it is one that would be quite interesting. Unlikely, but interesting. It's definitely not one I thought about, not gonna lie. But that's the whole point, Leon. Yeah, to be fair, it's been something that's been kind of teased since the start. It's not really a healthy love that we're seeing from Freya, potentially, you know? From the very beginning, we know this. But that's just how it is. That's the whole point. Lafia Ryu in this age? Listen, everything goes, okay? Everything goes. Pokemon Danchro collab, bro. Stonks, big stonks. When I say big stonks, I mean probably like an extra million or two, and that's about it. I don't think any Pokemon player would want to play this, especially with TCG Pocket coming soon. Oh boy. No, you're right on that. I mean, that's the whole point. I mean, they're trying to create these familiars for a reason, right? Why do you think these gods and goddesses have been so obsessed with creating familiars and stuff? There's a reason for that. You're not wrong. You're absolutely not wrong. I mean, considering, I mean, admittingly, obviously, Zeus had more ideal conditions, but like, even still, him raising Bell for what, the 8-10 years, or how many ever years it was, of course, of his life, for him to be prepared and, you know, or whatever, but still, you know, getting him up and running, of course, for effectively the future, he wouldn't have done it for any random kid necessarily, right? It's still somebody from his family, treating him as a child, grandchild, rather than, a god of some sort. He treated him as family effectively. So you can see even in that situation, like, how Zeus was still idealistic after everything that happened, in that sense. I mean, it would have been nice. It would have been nice. It would have been very, very nice if he had a Zard and Althea to help. It's a shame that both of them were fucking stubborn as shit, unfortunately, instead. And got swayed by Erebus super easily. That's the other point as well. I'll just use 6 large potato poppers. We have the time, and I'm here to chill as well. Oh god, let's not do this again. Let's not do Typhlosion again, bro. My boy's been absolutely cooked after the last couple of weeks, man. Or last couple of days, bro. My guy's been cooked. Slacking as well. Slacking, Octillery, Typhlosion. All 3 of them cooked. I mean, there's some more Pokemon that also got cooked as well, but damn, man. I mean, for me personally, I think those stories work really well as folklore and stuff. But because of how this generation is, we're obviously going to treat it as some insane stuff, No, different. Completely different spirit. That's a completely different spirit. The spirit that was corrupted was a different storyline spirit. Or different hero's spirit. It's not Undine. It's nowhere near the same. Very different, very different one. Did you see Crunchyroll pushing short form anime as a possibility? As in like, what do you mean by short form? Like shorts, kind of like TikToks? How? What? You're gonna do 1 chapter an episode or something? Brother, what the fuck? That's so stupid. What? You're gonna do 1 chapter per minute? That's the dumbest thing I've heard, Crunchyroll. Yeah, stick with the 10-minute anime video. Animes are fine. Like those are actually kind of good in a way as well. But they're usually based off like one shot, like manga and stuff, which also works really well. But yeah. The 5-minute Pokemon videos, yeah, the Poketunes are actually really nice. I highly recommend watching those if you haven't already. Really good ones. Like the one they recently released about Ducklet was really nice, man. That was all over my timeline and I really liked it. I mean, fuck the kids. Fuck them kids. Let them be cooked. I don't fucking care. I don't really care about that shit. No, to be fair. To be fair. No, Miketsu. To be fair. Yeah, I mean, yeah, in terms of who we consume the most, but that's also not really true because when we're talking about kids, we're talking about teenagers, 16 to 20-year-olds. They can also buy a lot, to be fair, and they are a bigger denominator and a bigger demographic, you could argue, on the internet. So I get what they're trying to do in that sense, but that's the dumbest thing still nonetheless, because, you know, at the end of the day, yeah, is their parents' money? It's still money. Money is money. Parents' money or not, it's still their money, and some of them are fairly rich as well. So I don't know about that one, Chief. Like some of the shit I see people spend money on, it's ridiculous. Some of these 16 to 20-year-olds, man. I don't know about that one. Even if it's their parents' money, they're big spenders. So yeah. Like, I think if you look at, like, just generally, like, yeah, Robux, for example. In terms of gacha games, we should not talk... What do you mean? I mean, I'm not denying that people spend money on gacha games. I've never said that. That's not my point. My point is, I'm saying how much they spend. And I'm talking about a younger generation spending. Yes, I know that a lot of people spend on gacha games as well. But those who spend on gacha games are usually between the brackets of 25 to 34 years old. They are older, they have the ability to spend, is the different point. I'm not talking about necessarily how much they're spending. I'm talking about who is spending how much, is more my point. Like, I completely get what you're saying. Like, we spend a lot on gacha games, but I'm talking about who is spending how much. And the younger generation spends a lot of money. You don't realize it, but like, if you fucking V-Bucks, Robux, all of this shit, man. Do you think like an average, like, come on, it's crazy how much they're able to spend. So like, I get their point, but yeah. I mean, but that's the point. It's up to the parents to be able to teach their kids to, you know, do shit and actually like be more patient effectively when it comes to their attention span. So yeah, like, it's just about that, you know. It's just about being a little bit more proactive with their education in terms of this. I wouldn't even say it's classics. Just teach them how to fucking read, man. It's not that hard. Give them a couple of Harry Potter books and go call it a day, you know. Like, I forget whatever J.K. Rowling did. Honestly, like, a couple of Harry Potter books, they're good length novels as well. Just give it to them and hopefully they read it, because that's the most important thing, you know. Like, letting the iPad, it's iPad kids. They're all iPad kids is the problem. Like, give them a couple of actual novels to work and go from there. That's up to you. I personally would just give them more children-focused light novels first, or novels generally speaking first, and then get them into anime and manga if they want to. But yeah. There we go. There we go. Very nice. Give him Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z anime. I mean, you can give them anything in terms of like good long form content, be it like good movies, good cartoons, or an anime, whichever one you want to prefer. Novels, yeah, just go for it, you know. But yeah, that's the whole point. Like, yeah. Gonna be honest, not many kids like reading. I mean, they may not like reading, but that's also because they weren't given good books to read, bruh. Like, some of the books I was given in school to read were absolutely ass, bro. I'm not gonna be reading some random person's book about some shit, you know? Like, it's not gonna be interesting to me. But then if you give me something like a fucking Harry Potter or like a Percy Jackson, right? No, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about people don't like reading because of how ass the school books are. Inherently, that is the problem. When you start reading, you start getting school books, right? The school teaches you how to read first and foremost, and they give you the books to read. If you don't give them good fun books to read, they're going to be bored out of their mind, of course, because it's ass. Like, even I didn't like reading when I was like 7, 8 years old. I didn't like it, but then when I picked up my first Harry Potter book, and then of course my Percy Jackson books and stuff like that, I enjoyed reading. Now, of course, my mom was a very avid reader as well, so seeing her book collection as well made me interested as well. But I was never a big book reader as well, so for me it was all about just getting the right books and, you know, finding the books that I'd enjoy for sure. Like, I was always more into video games and stuff like that. So yeah. Hey Maxwell, what's up, mate? How are you doing? I picked up Legends of the Ring. I don't know why I was gonna say Legend of Zelda and then just converted to Lord of the Rings halfway through. So Legend of the Rings, Lord of the Rings. Yeah, Harry Potter didn't exist when I was growing up. That's fair. I mean, yeah, pick up books you like. For me, I picked up Harry Potter first, then I picked up Percy Jackson, then I went back to Chronicles of Narnia because I'd watched the movie and I really wanted to read the books because they didn't adapt any of the other books as well, unfortunately. Then I read Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. I read The Hobbit first and then Lord of the Rings. And then I went from there. No worries, no worries. You good, you good. Hopefully you're doing well, mate. And yeah, then I started also picking up manga. I started reading my first manga when I was like pretty old, even though I'd been into anime already at that point. I was watching Dragon Ball Z and stuff like that already. My first manga was Naruto. So yeah. At the school library, I'd read a couple of books, but I don't remember what books I read, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. There would be just the most randomest titles, to be honest, in all honesty. Yeah, we unfortunately didn't have that, sadly. We just had this. I remember I was the only one from my class to, though, go to like the book thingies. Like there would be like a company called Scholastic, I think, that would come to our school every so often, and they'd set up like a small book corner thing in the reception area or the lobby of the school. So I remember, oh my god, now I'm remembering how my school reception looks like. I completely forgot what it looked like until like right now for some reason. But I remember going into the corners, going to that corner and I was the only one from my class. So again, I will not lie, my generation is probably where this whole iPad kid generation really began. I would say 2 or 3 years younger than me, and it truly begins there, probably, you could say. But I'd say from my generation under, I would say that's where it really does proper begin, to be quite honest. But yeah, it's one of those weird ones. Back then, Pizza Hut was actually good. There used to be dine-in. Even in the UK, it's still primarily dine-in. There is takeaway Pizza Huts as well, but like they separated to where the dine-in Pizza Huts are their own thing, and then the takeaway Pizza Huts are their own thing. So the dine-in ones are actually very good. The takeaway ones are not bad, but yeah. Yeah, that's just how it is. Space. It's just weird that I just remembered my school's reception now, to be honest. But yeah, so no, the point is, it's just one of those weird things where I think as much as we like to say kids don't like to read, it's because they were never given the opportunity to read the right books, in my opinion. That's my personal opinion. When you're given shitty books to read and poor books to read, books that don't interest the reader, you're always gonna get into trouble because kids aren't gonna be interested. I'm sorry, but yeah. And obviously things like RPGs and stuff and all that sort of stuff, movies will intrigue the reader as well. Like I would say, like, come on, the whole point of like superhero movies doing really well is so that, you know, they could have sold a little bit more of the comics. Again, it was cross promotion in a way. Of course, now you could say unintentionally the movies have become way bigger than the comics, but arguably that was the whole point in the early days, was to sell more of the comics and stuff. But yeah, it's a bit of a weird one, you know. It's weird for me. People call things I watched in my late teens and early 20s as their childhood series, like Teen Titans. Well, I mean, but that's just the age gap thing, you know, a different generation. I did grow up with an N64, but my parents suddenly made on the internet until 2012, and most of the stuff was strictly monitored with screen viewer. Damn. I grew up with the PlayStation 2, but I got onto the internet fairly quickly, to be honest. I think I started using the internet fully properly like at the age of 9, give or take. So that would have been 2007, 2008, basically. 2008 more so. Like, bro, I was starting to emulate stuff by the time I was 10 years old, man. By the time I was 10, I was already starting to emulate games and stuff. The only reason I read is because I'm interested in what I'm reading. That's the point, though. Everybody is that. But that's the thing. You develop that interest in what you're reading because you read the right things. Again, that's the most important thing. There we go. And I had to walk up 2 miles up a hill to get to the school. Okay, you fought a lion on the way as well, potentially? Started emulating in 2014. Was a great time to start since the pairs. Pairs? What do you mean by pairs? Peers, you mean? Just had to install it. Fair enough. Now, I started emulating back in like 2010. I remember because that was the only thing I had, because my PlayStation 2 was taken away. Game Boy Advance was taken away. So I had only my PC pretty much on me. And it was very an old school PC. It had no graphics card. It just had a CPU. And I was using the CPU graphics to do a lot of my gaming. and all I had was DS emulated games and obviously Game Boy Advance emulated games. I could run some PlayStation games, but it was still rough, to be honest. It was fairly rough still. But yeah, it was still pretty good, you know, in that sense. Is it crazy being being there for the birth of the internet too, knowing what it was like before search engines became a thing? Yeah, that must be crazy, man. I mean, to be honest, it's still crazy considering how, just generally, even since the mid to late 2000s, how much the internet has changed since then as well. Generally speaking, it's no longer the same one. Like, so many sites that I'd be on have changed drastically. But anyways, yeah. That's crazy, man. No way. Budokai 3 is Alright. That is funny as shit. Sorry. I just got a reply. So we were talking about history, right? So some guy in my comments is saying Budokai 3 is a 12 plus game and is a pretty complex game, all things considered. There's just no shot a 4-year-old is beating all of Budokai 3 and understanding the story. Most parents don't buy their 4-year-olds a video game or console. Also, SJ4 is trash. That's crazy considering I bought it. Well, I didn't buy it. My parents bought a PlayStation 2 when I was 4 years old. Just because you didn't get a PlayStation console when you were 4 years old, that's tough, bro. How am I just tripping? Like, yeah, he said SJ4 is trash. That's some BS if I've ever heard it. I'm just gonna reply saying, well, I know my family history more than or my personal history more than you do, so tough if you don't believe me, but I don't care. That's crazy, man. This is on the second channel because I wanted to talk about Sparking Zero, my thoughts on Sparking Zero and stuff, right? And I'm like, bro, he was like, oh, how did you watch the anime after you played Budokai Tenkaichi or whatever it was when you were 4 years old? I call cap on that, and I'm like, no, that doesn't make any sense because my parents bought me a PlayStation 2 and Budokai 3 when I was 4 years old. That's how it was. I got my first games console back then. There's no way. What is the okay, 1 second. Am I tripping? Their first console. Let me see. Buying a console age. I want to see, is there actually a survey on like when people were bought consoles? Yeah, a lot of people are saying they bought their consoles when they were 5 or 6, which is close enough, man. I bought mine when I was 4 or 5. That's crazy. I had mine at 4. I was about to say, like, am I tripping? You probably grew up with things like Johnny Bravo as your childhood cartoon. Me? Yeah. I mean, for me, Courage the Cowardly Dog was my favorite one, but yes. Yeah, those types of cartoons. Those cartoons, like Dexter's, Courage, Ed, Ed and Eddie. Yeah, that was all mine. There we go, come on. I think I didn't have a Wii, surprisingly. My friend had a Wii. I played on my friend's Wii more often than not, but I didn't have a Wii. But yeah, it was a very, very common console. It is one of the most popular consoles. So yeah, I never owned a Wii. I never owned a Wii. But yeah. I grew up with Scooby-Doo, Tailspin, and DuckTales. I mean, I grew up with Scooby-Doo as well, and Tom and Jerry. That's not like I did not grow up with those as well, bro. I grew up in the era where there were still VHS tapes and stuff. Like it was literally, I think, just like the turnover of VHS to DVDs and stuff, because I remember like owning like or I say I owned it, but like my parents owned a bunch of VHS tapes and stuff of like Tom and Jerry and Scooby-Doo for me to watch, of course, right? But yeah, there's a lot of those. I was still watching it on those, and then of course DVDs came into prominence and stuff primarily. But yeah, I was about to say Scooby-Doo kept going either way, so it's not like I didn't watch it. But yeah. But yeah, it's funny. I want to see if I can reply to this guy. 1 second. Let me change to my other YouTube channel. 1 second. The stream won't die. Don't worry about that. I'm just gonna have a look at this. 1 second. I need to see this reply. Hold on. Hold on a second. 1 second. There's an actual thing. One. One. All right, 1 second. Teen Titans might have been 1 second. I need another original Danmachi movie, something like Argo Vestani. I agree. I think we need that as well. I mean, yeah, fair enough. Okay. Teen Titans might have been a show when I was 17, but I still had a thing for Raven. Fair enough. Original Teen Titans was good. Yeah. Yeah, original Teen Titans was great. We're getting Downfall. I mean, that's a game, so yeah. Dog. So what I replied to him saying, I'm just gonna reiterate what I'm typing out. Bruh, if you think an age restriction is like an actual thing for people to play games, you're crazy, Lamau. I know people whose parents bought them consoles at the age of 4 to 6 as well, so it's not that shocking of a thing, dog. And then people have played GTA when they were like below the age of 10, which I did play GTA below the age of 10. I'd go to cyber cafes, right? So my parents would go and do shopping. They'd be like, you know, you're gonna get bored out of your mind just sitting there and doing nothing. So at like shopping centers and malls in Dubai, we'd have cyber cafes. So I'd go to a cyber cafe. There would be games, different games. There would be Spider-Man 2 for the PC, which was ass. Obviously, we know this. Like, the PC version of Spider-Man 2 is really bad, like, versus the PS2. The movie one. Then we had Counter-Strike, and we had GTA Vice City. So I would play GTA Vice City primarily, of course. And I remember the GTA Vice Cities that they would have at the Cyber Cafe were modded ones as well, because they'd have like shit like the Toyota Supra and stuff like that in the game, which is not actually in the actual game. Like the Toyota Supra mod, there'd be actual Lamborghinis and stuff, like officially licensed cars, which is unofficially added because of modding. So literally, that was my first time actually learning about modding in a way as well when I was younger. So GTA, people have played GTA below the age of 10, so the whole 12 plus, 18 plus, you know, age restriction thing is absolutely shite. And I just said, if you think Budokai 3 is complex, you're a trash ass gamer. Fuck it. I don't care, man. Let me cook his ass. Bro, everybody played GTA when they were younger, bro. GTA was like, there's no way people never played GTA. I think modern day parents care a little bit more, but honestly, back in the day, in the 2000s, in the early 2000s to mid 2000s, I don't think anybody gave a fuck what you played, dog. Like, my grandmother was there with me as well, sitting sometimes and watching me play fucking GTA Vice City, dog. I don't think I was there shooting people, running over people with cars, and all these, half-naked ladies just walking around the streets. I think she must have thought it was something like Fast and Furious, basically. You know what I mean? She basically thought it was kind of like Too Fast, Too Furious and stuff, basically, because I watched that when I was younger. It was actually one of my favorite movies when I was younger. Too Fast, Too Furious. Not the original one, the second one. One of my favorite movies, and where I grew my love for the Nissan Skyline R34. But like, dog, it was a different time, man. It was a different time. I used to play it on my brother's PC, GTA Vice City. Man, GTA Vice City was so good. I still think, I know this is probably a bit more controversial. I think GTA Vice City is better than GTA San Andreas. But that's also because I've got more of a connection to Vice City. I would say that immediately. I personally prefer Vice City way more. Controversial opinion. I didn't like the Fast and Furious movies. But the rest felt like the same movie. It's all family. I think the first three were quite different from one another. Similar concepts in that whole car theft heist situation. But I felt like the first three were different enough to one another. And then from the fourth one, fifth one onwards, it kind of became samey. Fifth one onwards, especially, it became very samey. I like that one with Nick Cage. What was it called? It was a car movie with him and Angelina Jolie. I don't remember which one this one is, to be honest. I have no idea. I have some guilty pleasures when it comes to car movies as well, like Driven 2001 with Sylvester Stallone and stuff. It's probably one of the worst motorsport movies as well, but like, honestly, still one of my guilty pleasures. Such an enjoyable movie, in all honesty. Driven is a good movie in my opinion. I enjoyed it, man. I still enjoy it. I know that there are flaws with it from a motorsport fan's perspective. Like, as somebody who watches a lot of motorsport, F1, IndyCar, NASCAR, IMSA, WEC, all that sort of stuff, and has grown an appreciation and love for that industry and, generally the sport itself. But I still think as a guilty pleasure, you can easily enjoy it. If you ignore everything that you know about motorsport and stuff, and I think the average moviegoer, you'd be fine with like enjoying it in all honesty. Dog Days, no, I don't think I've watched it. No. Bungo Stray Dogs, I've watched it. No, but I've not watched Dog Days, no. I love how we've gone from fucking. How did we get to this topic? We went from like Danmachi to reading to like our pasts basically. Sorry, I'm dying slowly but surely as well. But hey, I mean, if anybody wants us to get back to Danmachi, feel free to also as well. I'll say this as well to those who are just coming in as well. We've kind of went off topic, but if you want to talk about something Danmachi related, don't worry, we can have a chat about that as well. But it's just us having a general conversation and just, going from point to point to point to point to point to point, going crazy with it. Let's see, 1 second. All right, there we go. No, but that's what I said. I actually, oh damn, nice space. I don't know if you watched my my reaction video, but I said the same thing. I thought it was really well done because it really felt like a whole Disney princess sequence effectively, which I think was super well done. That's what I thought in the light novel, and they adapted that extremely well here as well, because it was literally just like a Disney princess sequence effectively, which was exactly what they needed to do, and they absolutely nailed that in my opinion. But no, also we don't need to forcefully as well in that sense, you know. We don't need to forcefully go into this conversation. If you guys also want to stick with something else as well, feel free. But I'm just saying for the new people who might be coming in, those of you guys just starting to watch as well. But yes, oh god, kill him. But yeah, I think it was quite fascinating, and of course, if you know Norse mythology, you would be able to make a link very easily. Or if you watched Freya Chronicles from Dan Mimo, you would be able to make a link fairly well between two characters, of course, right? With Seer saying that, but yes, I think it's pretty well done. I think I think for those who know, it's a good way to get things in, make things more interesting. But of course, for those who don't know, it might just be a very much straightforward thing. I think a lot of people had already an idea of what was going to happen, but like obviously still, you know, them setting it up and everything is also still very nice. I like the way they've done it so far, to be honest. Like I said, I think they've done a good job with that. There we go. There we go, beautiful. I'm having heartburn from watching the new season. Is that normal? No, have a Coke. Speaking of which, while having a heartburn, having a Coke is actually something that'll help you, by the way. Fun fact. I'm not even joking. It's actually a good thing to have Coke if you're having a heartburn. It's one of those weird things I've apparently learned from many people. There we go. Good to know I'm trying it next week. Oh, wait. Which Coke are you trying? I'm talking about the drink the Coke. What Coke are you trying, boy? Okay, boy. The way you said it, I was like, were you talking about some of the white powder stuff, man? Seer was the biggest we know already for those who know mythology. Yes and no, because I feel like they could have, you know how Mori can be. He can subvert people as well sometimes, but yes. I mean, considering the fact that she felt so restricted and everything, the fact that she was so free to be able to just jump and go crazy with it, yeah. I didn't mean to switch. I didn't mean to switch. I mean, heartburn doesn't like it isn't like a heart attack. Heartburn is supposed to like really hurt, just hurt. But yeah, no, the Ennio mystery is still like insane. Like it is so crazy that even happened. I still remember thinking it was so many different possibilities, but like the Ennio one was crazy to me. Mr. Popo would say Little Green. God damn it, my boy Little Green. Yeah, no, it's insane. It's insane. No, but I still think Baby Dende is so cool. Also, I'm not gonna lie, kind of spoilers for episode 2 of Daima. I'm not gonna lie, just a bit of off topic for Dragon Ball Daima. Shenron is the most petty and biased motherfucker I've ever seen in my life. I'm sorry. Shenron is the most petty and most biased person I've ever seen in my life, dog. I've never seen a man that biased in my life, bro. Or dragon that is that biased in my life, if you want to give him his real status, I suppose. Dog, that is the funniest thing I'd seen in my life, man. Shenron, a true homie for sure. Well, to be fair, he didn't specifically say he was kidnapped. Seer would have been kind of annoyed that Harian had gone through, you know, had gone in touch with Bell and stuff, but I don't think he ever specified I don't think Seer ever found out, at least at the time, that Belle was kidnapped by Hayden. So yeah, we need more villains that are just irredeemable evil. Yes, I agree. Yeah, it's heavily implied. Well, no, it's not heavily implied. To Seer, it would have been like, oh, he just got in touch, or Hayden got in touch with Belle. He would have never found out, like, oh, how much she was actually put through. There was no confirmation of that. And I don't think Seer would have even thought of that necessarily as well. It's not even heavily implied. But yeah, no, I highly recommend watching episode 2. To you, it is because you saw it happen. Dog, you literally saw it happen. It's two very different things. You saw the shit happen. You saw the shit go down. I don't think it's really comparable. You saw Hayden torturing Belle. Like, it's two different things. Seer didn't see it happen, so of course she'd only think of it as like, oh, this happened. Okay. Hayden did it in 3 days. What Hestia Lily couldn't do it in 3 months. That's 6 months. That's crazy. That's crazy. Spin. You're spinning though. You're spinning. Let me see how Auto Anya does in the meantime, actually, while I'm here. I didn't really even try that. I thought there might have been a new one. I've been wanting to try playing Radical Red recently, so I wanted to I was asking some peeps in the Discord if there was a update to it, but yeah, sorry about that. I just had to go and check it out as well. But yeah, no, I had to double check and see if they'd done it or not. Sorry guys. Oh damn, Anya cleared. Belle enjoyed it, we all know. Yes, master. Hi, master. I'm fine with redeemable, but I think there needs to be a blend of the two in a way, kind of, you know. Danmachi does have a lot of irredeemable villains, but if you think about it in terms of, well, I guess Enyo is one of those that we didn't see as well, but like realistically, the only really irredeemable villains we saw, I guess, I mean, even in the main series, I guess we've had a decent amount, you know. We had Dix, we had Jura, we had, you could say Hyakinthos and stuff. But even Hyakinthos and stuff, of course, if you read technically, I wouldn't even call them villains. It's like antagonists that are obviously against Belle for a reason. I wouldn't say they're evil per se, but like they have agendas, I suppose, is the best way to put it. It's hard because would you really count Apollo and, well, Apollo, yes, maybe more so, but like I wouldn't count Hyakinthos as evil per se, like evil. You know what I mean? Like there's a difference between evil, but evil, kind of, in a way. Definitely more leaning towards the evil side, but not like fully kind of thing. You know what I mean? I don't remember any redeemable. I would say Dix and Jura are the most obvious ones in Eti, is my opinion. I mean, any member of Evilist, I would say. Just any Evilist member is irredeemable, you could say. I would say Revis pre-monster form, probably redeemable, yeah. Technically, like you said, hampered memory and emotions. But the thing is, again, that's the whole part of being a monster, if I'm not mistaken. You lose the memory and everything, right? Or just generally your emotions and stuff. So yeah. Obviously, Ain had a different situation entirely, so we know that was also an involvement, but yeah. I used to think Orion movie was canon, so that's why the whole Apollo stuff happened. No, unfortunately not. It's two different things. What's his name had them too? Yeah, true, that's the thing. That's the only reason why I was like, never mind, actually. That might be fairly wrong from my end, I guess. Because, yeah. I think Revis just got rest too late. True, that's very possible. Yeah, that is a very good point. It's a very interesting situation because definitely are irredeemable villains. Oh man, 1 second. There we go. Revis and Bell never met, right? No. Actually, no. Yeah, no. Revis and Bell never really met. Not that I can think of, no. Because, yeah. No, they never met. Like, I'm fairly confident on that one. That could have been an interesting thing. I don't think Revis is fully gone, by the way. I mean, we'll have to see, but we'll have to wait and see. I think she's gone. There's no reason for her to still be around, as far as I can tell. We just didn't see, I guess, her going, technically, did we? Can't remember now off the top of my head. It's been a minute since, obviously, sixth anniversary didn't really give us a full thing with her, but yeah. Well, I don't think that's really odd, necessarily. That can happen, you know? They focus pretty heavily on that fact, but I feel like that's common in a lot of other fights and battles, long-term battles, like in other series as well. Like, I could say the same about, like, for example, you know, in a way, Goku versus Jiren. I'm gonna just throw that out there because that's the only one I can think of the top of my head for some reason right now. Like, Jiren, you know, reawakening his emotions and everything, and we haven't seen Jiren since then, technically. You know what I mean? Like, I get what you're saying, but I feel like that's a common cliche for, like, a character to all of a sudden, or at least a character that has been fairly developed and, you know, shown off quite a bit. Yeah. No, you can have that feeling, and I think that's fine as well. I think it's not impossible. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying I don't think that theory really holds strong, considering there's been so many cliches like that regularly. You know what I mean? I'm getting so many ads today. YouTube don't like you today, mate. YouTube don't like you today. Am I the only one watching Heroes in the rest of the series? Wait, for Dragon Ball? Or what? Yeah, I watched Dragon Ball Heroes, but it's not canon, so it's just there as a side thing. But I get what you mean. Technically, Jiren appears there, but I'm talking about the main series, like in terms of the manga, and the general anime. Like, he doesn't appear canonically again. Heroes is a lot of fun, to be honest. It's good. You could say it's Future Trunks is canon. I guess, yeah, you could say that, yeah. It's another timeline. It is another timeline in a way. You're not wrong. It is a different timeline, but it's not really the one that we actively follow. Is what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean? It's not following the super timeline, because technically the GT timeline is also an alternate timeline, sort of. You know. It could. It's just a branch. Yeah, exactly. Frieza is definitely a very strong villain. Yes, Frieza's definitely changed a lot and has remained a strong villain. He's had his motives and stuff for sure. Zykor, oh my god, that's a name I've not heard in ages. No, it's probably not likely. Zykor was well, that was never really an official thing. Unfortunately, Zykor was never really an official thing. Toyotaro made him, yes, technically, or Toyotaro had a hand in making him, if I'm not mistaken. But technically, it's not an official thing. So no, they'd have to make him first in an official media for it to be canon. But it's not canon technically. It would depend on if they ever decide to that. Yeah, it depends on if the concept's used. Exactly. I mean, there's a lot of theories going around that Daima might introduce SJ4 in the series, but who knows, right? Wasn't that a Supreme Kai? Who? Zycor? No, he was like an evil Goku clone or something. Made by a Supreme Kai. Made by the West Supreme Kai or something like that. West or East or something. I can't remember. But I remember him being an evil clone of Goku. That's all I remember. So, no. I mean, I guess you could say the concept was kind of used because of Goku Black, I suppose. Technically, it was used. Goku Black. Not necessarily a clone, but the Supreme Kai inhabited Goku's body. Jesus Christ, I'm dying. It's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good. Frieza just wants to do a little bit of shenanigans, have a little bit of fun. Oh, it's good that we're getting challenge tickets as well for this. I didn't even realize we were getting challenge tickets for this. I'm not gonna lie. That's kind of nice. At least that's coming through with us. It's something, I suppose. It's very slow, but it's there. Zycor was something with one Murdzamasu was a god plus Saiyan. Yeah. So there you go. Enjoy the box gacha. It's hell? Nah, it's fine. Come on now. Gamer, what's up, man? How are you doing, bro? Welcome to the stream. There we go. Sorry, I had to just respond to something. But yeah, how are you doing, gamer? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Better than yesterday and day before yesterday. Bro, day before yesterday, I was bad. I was so bad. Like, I didn't want to record or anything, but I obviously had the reaction to do for Danmachi, which I was like, fuck, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it, bro. I was like, fucking hell. I've spent so much money in the last couple of days because I've not been able to get the bus. I've just been Ubering back home and going to work. And it's been so costly, but like I've just had to take it on the chin because it's, I don't know why, man. I've been getting sick a lot lately. It's kind of annoying. And I don't know what is the reason for it, but it's just been happening a lot lately. I hope it's nothing crazy. Yeah, I've not been feeling too great, but today's been a lot better. It's been a lot better over the last 2 days. Thursday was just really bad. I don't know what happened. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah, box gacha. I want to try and see how that works. Let's see. Let's go boss battle. Let me see. Have I chosen the team with the most bonuses? I think I have. Let me just check if I have any more. 1 second. Everything is right there. That's fine. I think everything is fine here. There's nothing else I could really do more otherwise. So let me just get the bonus out of the way. I don't think I can get more bonuses. So let's see. So 64,000. All right, box gacha time and regular gacha time. Nice. Let's see. I haven't done much here. Oh, fuck's sakes. That was unnecessary. Bro, imagine if I'd gotten the this immediately. That would have been nice. I forgot to adjust it. I'll do 10 draws. Let's see if I can maybe get all the this year so we can just go to the next phase immediately. I think they just need to introduce the same thing as Danmimo, sorry, where basically they increase the rates of the main parts of the gacha box, like the battle items and stuff. There we go. Four items. I don't care. But yeah, I think they just need to do that. Wow, that's a lot. Damn, did I get... Oh no, that's a normal reward. Okay, I was about to say, damn. Alright, nice. And that's it. That's all we have. Alright, that's fine. That was Oscar worthy, Space. That was Oscar worthy. That is what I call an Oscar performance. From our boy Frieza. Wait, is this because I've been beating up Anya? Or what? Or I guess no, it must have been from the skips actually. It must be skips. Alright, let's see if we get anything from the regular gacha draws. Hopefully something good. Get that man the award already. Yeah, they messed up Fusion 3 times. Well, two times. No, 2 times. I think it was 2 times Veku we got and Skinny Gogeta. And then we got Gogeta. But yeah, it was quite funny, to be honest, seeing them mess. I'm just glad we got to see Veku, man. How many Big Bang Kamehamehas can he pull off? 2 at most? That was SJ4 Gogeta, to be fair. SJ4 Gogeta was doing absolute nothing, basically, in against Omega. Well, he didn't do nothing. He actually literally kicked back the strongest attack Omega Shenron had, to be fair. It was just that he did it a very shitty way. I was about to say, why did he switch into Ahmed? Technically, SSB Gogeta did a lot of different attacks. He did Stardust Breaker. He did that rush attack where he just went like hands up in the air and launched that beam up. I don't know what that attack is called. Then he did that whole like attack from the sky where he did that energy blast attack. Then he did the final or the God Kamehameha as they're calling it. He did a lot of different attacks, so. To be fair, SSB Gogeta, again, was completely retconned in a way, it feels like, at least in my opinion, as to what they've done with him, in terms of his abilities and stuff, in my opinion. Yeah, there was a lot of energy consumption. People forget that Gogeta did a lot of shenanigans against Broly, to be fair. Yes, it was in different forms, and also, not only SSB, like how Vegito was. Vegito was only SSB, and he did, like, Final Kamehameha. But that's all he did, to be fair, Like, it's kind of hard to defend Vegito. Like, don't get me wrong. I like Gogeta more than Vegito. I'm not going to deny that. But I like Vegito as well. I just think it's kind of a damn shame as to how they treated Vegito in the anime, in my opinion. That was some bullshit. To be honest, I think the whole Goku Black arc was ass. Not all of it was ass. Sorry. It became more ass as time went on. I still think they should have... Honestly... Daima has said before Super, yes. Daima has said before Super. Honestly, the What If in Sparking Zero was exactly how it should have gone. Honestly, they did the What If in Sparking Zero way better than the actual Goku Black story, for Gohan specifically. The way they did Gohan's What If fit the Goku Black story way way better, sorry. I think Daima is before Beerus appears. Yes. It's only I think it's like literally only a few months after the Buu saga happens. I'm pretty sure. It's not that long after. It's very soon. It's very soon after. So like yeah, it's quite a bit before quite a bit before Super starts. Nothing can be the original Z Gogeta. Super Gogeta is great, man. He's who I'm using in my single battle ranked. I'm not doing ranked right now, though in Sparking Zero. I'm kind of waiting for the patches to happen because it's sort of annoying to play at the moment ranked. To be honest, ranked in Budokai Tenkaichi in Sparking Zero is kind of ass in my opinion, to be honest. It's just not fun. The way people play and stuff, it's so boring, man. Bro, the way people play in Sparking Zero is so fucking dead, man. I'm sorry, man. It is so bad. It's just so annoying and frustrating to play. That's why I prefer playing, like, in my videos and stuff, I only do online battles. I don't play ranked battles. It's just frustrating to play. Because some of the way that people play, man, is so, like, ass. But, yeah. Yeah, the opening in Sparking Zero, my disappointment, actually, I like the opening. I just don't like that they used Limit Break Survivor as the opening. It feels kind of lazy that they just used the anime opening. I think they should have had an original song, in my opinion. That's the only thing I would have preferred. Yeah, the music is a problem, in my opinion. I don't mind everything else. The visuals and stuff actually look fantastic, in my opinion. Like, funnily enough, if you play the opening with the Budokai Tenkaichi 3 opening, it actually fits really well. Like, I think somebody's already done it. But literally, just play the Budokai Tenkaichi 3 opening song over the intro, and it fits way better. Fits so much better. But yeah. I agree. I would have preferred Gogeta using Big Bang Kamehameha rather than just God Kamehameha. Or whatever they're calling it nowadays. But yeah. Super Survivor would have been a good choice. Yeah, I just would have preferred an original song, man. That's all I wanted. I just wanted an original song. Kefla was great fusion. It was a good way. I mean, I agree with you in that sense. Yeah. I agree with you in that regards. Yes, I do think that they made the right decision there. Damba already got the original song, so there was no more Space Kappa. Brother, it's a different thing entirely. Also, the fact that they've already announced the DLC 2 for Sparking Zero is good. I just want to see what the patch does now, man. But yeah, Vegeta, Mini, and Glory are going to be playable characters in Sparking Zero, which is going to be good fun. I think that'll be good fun for sure. How are we looking in terms of the grind? Let's see. 34,000 points. How would that be? I don't even know how much 34,000 points would be. We've literally been auto grinding it slowly. We've just been auto grinding it slowly but surely, which has been good fun, honestly. Hey yo, what happened? I think UI transformation was better in anime than manga. Really? Like, what do you mean? Like, in terms of like the one in Mora and Granola, or the one in Tournament of Power? If you mean the Tournament of Power one, I agree. I think since then, honestly, Toyotaro has been doing a way better job with UI, in my opinion. Sorry, I didn't realize I muted it. Thank you for sending it. I didn't realize I was so close already. Damn. And I've literally only started in the last 2 hours. Literally, I've just been grinding while I've been chatting with y'all. Literally. Well, at least we've been able to do this, I suppose. It's good. Hey, listen, it's good. We're chatting. We're having fun. I don't have to focus on this shit. I still want an arc where the Z Fighters go to Universe 6. I think that would be nice as well. I don't want it to be like a major focus, but I would like it to happen just so that, you know, at least it's one thing done, you know? I mean, yeah, the voice actors always play a big role. It's why it does make a big difference. It really does make a big difference. Sorry, just 1 second, lads. Alright. Could be a good over 3 episodes? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. It would be nice. The only I want in Dragon Ball is to give Goten and Trunks something to do, and not just side characters. Yeah, it would be nice to help a little bit in that sense, you know, for Goten and Trunks. It's a damn shame they got treated a bit poorly in Superhero. I think they should have been given a little bit more to do, in my opinion. It's kind of frustrating to see them be absolutely done dirty in Superhero, even though they were aged up finally properly, or they finally got their growth spurt, according to based on episode 1 of this. Which, to be fair, makes sense. Also, a lot of people were saying that didn't make sense what Goku said, but it does. Like, Gohan got his growth spurt as well as Trunks in the Future Saga because they were going through effectively hell in that sense. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Yeah, but Gohan had to go through that shit because of the stress of, like, bro, my guy got his neck snapped in half in Namek. I don't see that happening to Goten and Trunks anytime soon, brother. Head asses, all they had to deal with was dealing with Boo for a little bit, and then they got absorbed. They didn't go through shit, and then in Super they didn't do anything either, so they kind of chilled. Comparatively, you know what I mean? I don't think it's fair. The second half Saiyan generation is first from they could have gone even Super Saiyan this one. Call him the potential man. That's crazy. Nah, but Gohan's done well, man. Look at him with Beast Gohan now. I know some people will say it's not earned, but I disagree, man. My guy's the GOAT. Again, this is why I say like the what if in Sparking Zero actually did such a good job with him, man. I highly recommend if you don't own Sparking Zero, I would highly recommend just going and checking out that, to be honest. I'd highly recommend going and checking out that, in all honesty. True as well, holds Zenkai boost shenanigans. True. But yeah, I just think that people forget that Gohan has gone through a lot as well. Orange Piccolo was such a shit name. Nah, that's my goat, man. Don't disrespect my goat like that. Nah, but I understand. I don't think a lot of... I like Power Awakened Piccolo a lot more. I like that name a little bit more. I like the name Power Awakened Piccolo a little bit more. I'll say that. Big Orange. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. To be fair, Vegeta has grown since Z. We've known this. Again, I really like Vegeta's I mean, my favorite representation of Vegeta is literally GT Vegeta because of the way he is and how improved he is. And you see that the decision making that the writers did with Vegeta and GT, I think was great. You could say that, yes, he had a lower role to play, but that was just naturally Vegeta's, like, position at that point. Okay, maybe the mustache was a different point, but outside of that, like, as a character, his relationship with Goku, his behavior with Bulma and his family and stuff like that, the way they treated him, I think was great. I think Super has done a good job in a lot of situations as well. Sometimes I don't like it, but more often than not, they've done a good job in Super as well. I feel like people slag Super Vegeta unnecessarily sometimes with the way he behaves with Goku, but I think it's fine. Especially considering it's immediately still after Boo, you know? Like, yeah. Come on. In my opinion, Goten should have been the real potential man. Nah, all they needed to do with Goten is give him the rights to become Goten Black, in my opinion. Imagine. Imagine they actually did Goten Black, bro. That would have been hilarious. In all honesty, it would have been so funny if they actually did Goten Black. He's become really friendly with Goku and Super Ammo. Yeah, absolutely. I think there are times where that competitive still comes through with Vegeta, but that's just the same nature. That's nothing new, really. Goten SSJ3. Are you a big fan of Goten by any chance? Somehow I'm leaning to believe that you're a big fan of Goten, which is not something I thought I'd see from anybody in today's live stream. Damn, I didn't expect that. Fair enough. I respect it. At least we have one Goten stan amongst none. We found one of the 5 Goten stands in our live stream, lads. Let's give it up. Sorry, I had to do it. Listen, Goten fans, the 5 that exist, that's tough, man. I do apologize. It's a struggle. I know. Come on, cook him. There we go. I was like hoping we'd cook them. There we go. They're basically like brothers by then? Yeah, sort of, effectively. Yeah, I mean, they're basically like an older Trunks and Goten if they were more competitive, basically. That's about it. That's literally what they are. Let's see. I agree. Like, I like Pan and GT in certain moments, but there were so many moments that you could have said that they should have made her go Super Saiyan and stuff like that. Like, she had plenty of opportunities to go Super Saiyan, and she should have. It's a shame she didn't. Like, I don't think she should have gone in maybe Baby Saga, but potentially, I think, having her go Super Saiyan in, Super 17, like, I think don't get me wrong, I know that GT got cancelled like midway through this show, hence why they had to rush through like Super 17 and stuff, but I think it would have been nice if it had been given an opportunity to do at least another 20-30 episodes, because I think at least another 20-30 episodes would have been more than fine for GT, because you would have given at least a couple more episodes to Super 17, which would have helped it a lot. And then, of course, a little bit more of an extension to Shadow Dragon Saga, cleaning up the expositions a little bit more for the dragons, giving better designs to some of the dragons could have helped a lot, I think. I think also shortening Black Star Dragon Ball a little bit, just a teeny tiny bit, would have helped a little bit more as well. Like, I like some parts of the Black Star Dragon Ball saga, but it needed to go into the Baby Saga a little bit quicker, in my opinion. How many damn points are you grinding for, Jesus? I'm just doing this because I can just auto it without doing anything, and I can chat with you all easier. I don't really know how many points I'm actually going to be going for. I just want to get top 500 as well if possible, but beyond that, I'm just doing this so that I can chill with y'all more so. I don't really care how many points I end up getting. I just want to chill and chat with y'all more so. Seen Blue Shenlong once, never again. Such a good concept, though. I still think that was one of my favorite concepts in Dragon Ball GT, man. The whole Shadow Dragon saga was such a good concept, just badly... The first half of it was badly executed. I liked everything after Eyes and Nova Shenron, in all honesty, though. Like, don't get me twisted. I think everything after that was brilliant, in my opinion. Like, they absolutely nailed it beyond that. And that's just my personal opinion, but yeah. People may disagree with me on that one, but yeah. I also liked Ultimate Shenron a lot, the Red Dragon as well. I mean, design-wise specifically. I don't know about the general concept in terms of the Black Star Dragon Balls and stuff. But yeah, most of the Shadow Dragons were too weak. I don't mind, like, the first 2 or 3 being weak, but they, like, 4 out of the 7 were really weak, to be fair. Eyes was good, Nova was solid, and then Sin was good. That's it. I'm so sorry. I tried muting it, but I couldn't touch the right button in time. Random aside for Danmachi, do you think we'll get to see Knight of Knights fight Otaral? It would be nice. I mean, it would be nice to see it happen. Again, I think there's gonna be a lot of like in-fight still yet to happen, right? Like Astraeus versus Bell. We know that's inevitably gonna happen. I think there's good chance we could see Otaral and Knight of Knights going up against each other so that Bell can have an idea of like how level 7s truly go up against each other, you know, even if it is in a sparring session sort of thing, basically, you could say, right? But having that opportunity, I think, would be really nice, because what that could do as well is allow us to have an eye into potentially what might happen down the line, you know, before we get into the big moves, you know, the big ones, the big situations. So I'd like to see stuff like that before we get into the finale parts, you know, before we get into the final sections. I still think Astraeus will be Bell's last opponent, and I think it'll happen before then, because I think they're gonna get Bell and Astraeus done before they take on the One-Eyed Black Dragon, because Astraeus will I still maintain Astraeus will sacrifice himself to help Bell beat the dragon, or will sacrifice himself at a point to help Bell beat the dragon. He won't be the final sacrifice, but he will take he will be sacrificed. He will be one of the deaths, in my opinion, 100%. It's such an obvious cliche, I feel. And Amori loves his cliches, I feel. So I think it's very likely to happen. Being half dead and requesting a last fight. Oh, that's also not impossible. I could see that happening. Very Naruto Sasuke-esque, although the Sasuke situation was a little bit more dumb, to be honest. I still maintain what Sasuke did was so fucking dumb, bro. My guy saw Naruto giving a whole speech to Minato saying, oh, how happy he is with his friends, family, you know, the life he has had and everything. And then Sasuke is like, nah, bruh. Fuck you. I'm about to beat your ass. And it's like, Sasuke, really? Final Valley Bell versus Astraeus, literally, honestly. Who are the top three people who die by fighting OEBD? Finn or Toral Ice, for reasons you can't put in the chat box. Fair enough. Well, you don't want to put it in a single chat box. You don't want to put it in a spoiler chat box. Yeah, we'll not put it in a spoiler section. It'll be very much spoilers for light novels and stuff. So we'll not talk about that. Top 3 to die. Astraeus. I think Astraeus is dying 100% because he's helping. I could see either Finn or Otaral dying, one of the two. Third, the reason why I'm not saying Otaral and Finn is because I think it'll be one of the two. Third one I think is gonna be between it's gonna be between Ryu, one of the Hestia familiar member, one of the other Hestia familiar members, that doesn't include Hestia specifically, I should say. So one of the other Hestia familiar members, Ryu, or that's it. One of the Hestia family members or Ryu. Don't worry, Marie can stick it back. True. Spinning. Mikoto, possibly she has that big sacrifice fetish. God damn it, imagine. So it's not impossible. I think Finn is dying 99%. I think Finn is a very good chance of dying, yeah. Finn or Otaral, I feel. I think both of them are like very good candidates. It's gonna be one of the two of them. Basically, it's gonna be one of the two of them. Alright, we'll do one last run. It puts me down below the stamina I have to be able to do any more anyways as well. Because I have to go watch some Formula 1 in a bit as well. So yeah, there will be a video later tonight as well, because I want to make a video talking about Danchro a little bit more as well. So there will be a video, of course, as well. But yeah, of course, if you want to check out some of the other stuff as well on the channel as well, I've done a cut contents video finally. I'll be making the episode 3 cut contents video probably tomorrow or on Monday. So be on the lookout for that as well. But yes. Let Finn go, he's fake. Nah, but he's trying to be real. That's the thing. That's my boy trying to be real. I think the problem is the thing is, if Ice dies, I think Bell also dies. Is my point. Which I don't think is impossible, but I don't think it's a top chance. I think it's like a lower level chance. I think it's like a 30% chance, 25% chance kind of thing. But I think if Ice dies, Bell dies, in my opinion. Both go down. Is my assumption. I would feel sorry for Welf if he died. No, if I says Mowage. Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate, but it is what it is at that point. It is what it is. Let me just use up my tickets and then we'll wrap up stream there. But yeah, I appreciate all of y'all for tuning in. Thank you guys so much for watching the live stream as per usual. We will be back, I think, on the weekend, maybe Sunday or something. Not Sunday, that's tomorrow. We'll be back on Monday, I think, most likely. Or tomorrow I want to stream on the other channel, do some Sparking Zero. Two love, for fuck's sakes, man. Let me do this upgrade, actually. What about the box gacha? Let me just do this 1 second. Wait, where did it go? Am I blind? Where is the damn scene card? Where the damn scene card at? I can't see the damn scene cards anymore, man. I'm literally going too blind. All right, let me just check. Wait, wait, was I lucky there? Or how did it go for the box gacha? Oh, 14 left. Yeah, I got really shafted there, but it's all right. That's fine. I'm on round 3 anyways. Honestly, it's not that bad. I mean, yeah, the regular gacha tickets are kind of ass to get, but it's not like that bad. I thought it was going to be worse, to be honest. The fact that I'm on round 3 already is fine, fairly fine with me. But I think it's also because I've, like, unknowingly spent a lot of the stamina without paying attention, to be fair. Yeah. I mean, I'm not wrong. You're not wrong. A regular gacha ticket can be kind of eh. The problem is, again, this is the same problem. It's just that they don't want to not put fucking non-time limited units, even if they're just the most basic, like, outfits. I mean, okay, not this one, but, like, this should be just a non-time limited unit. Then more people would be happy with the regular gacha. I mean, there's still units being added, like Philvis and Chloe and all that sort of stuff, but, like, come on, there still needs to be more being added, you know? I don't think it would have been a problem if it was that. To be honest, I don't mind it's a regular gacha ticket. It's just a problem as to what's in the gacha. That's the problem. That is the major problem. Again, something that they need to really fucking learn, man. Anyways, either way, that's my point. Done and dusted. Thank you guys. No, she's not, unfortunately. At least according to their own Twitter account, it's not. They said she was limited. So it's kind of unfortunate in that sense. Nope. I wish. I don't know why they didn't specify it in the summary. But according to their Twitter, she's limited. And then somebody asked on the support ticket. She is not. She is time limited. At least you got her. That's good. Honestly, it's good that you got her. Yeah. We'll have to wait and see what the future units end up being like. But yeah, anyways, appreciate all of y'all for tuning in. I'll catch you guys in the next live stream. Until the next one, guys, take it easy. Have yourselves a lovely rest of your evening. Ciao. Bye-bye. Good night.